Brothers, I'm about to tell you the right way to communicate clarity of intent. Before I get into the podcast, understand that you need to throw away that stubborn mindset that I know a lot of guys have. Okay? You hear me now? Are you listening right now? Are you listening to me? You don't want to change your mind about a lot of things. I relate to you because I'm kind of stubborn too. However, this podcast is for all you stubborn guys out there because you need to hear this one, especially if you struggle with girls. Okay, so hear me out, guys. Listen to me. What I'm about to reveal to you is the right way to communicate clarity of intent. And if you want to know the right way to communicate clarity of intent, that means you have to be willing to change your approach. Okay, I want to say that one more time. I want to say that one more fucking time because it's so profound. You have to be willing to change your approach. With that said, let's get to the podcast. You guys are listening to the Masculinity Show, a podcast for introverts to become more masculine and get the body of an alpha male. And of course, get more mentally healthy and get that seducer's mindset, if you get me. And lastly, I help guys become more desirable and get the mindset of a seducer. Let's get into the podcast. All right, brothers. I'm really stoked that you tuned into this episode because a lot of you hear these really advanced episodes, right? For example, 5 advanced cold reads re-release, all right? And I have another very advanced episode where I released, that was a recent one, on the energy sphere gambit. Now, the point is I need to get you guys being more socially uncomfortable, okay? Now, a lot of you're thinking in the back of your head, oh, Adam, you already make me uncomfortable with your introductions and your bedroom tonality. Well, let me tell you something, you guys. I want to make myself clear to all of you, okay? There's something called high status free association. Now, this is important when it comes to dating, all right? What is high status free association? Essentially, you guys, what that is you need to throw away that logical brain that you have. That logical brain that you have. Throw that away, you guys. Throw that fucking away. All right? And I want you to basically just remember this huge, all-important concept when you start conversing with people, okay? Particularly girls, right? I want you to just lower the bar on what you think is really acceptable and unacceptable to say, all right? That right there is the first step to showing intent the right way. Now you're probably thinking, well, Adam, you already lowered the bar. Yeah, you guys, I kind of do, but I'm going to tell you guys something. There's a time and place where you lower the bar, okay? Again, I kind of lower the bar at the bars. See what I did there, you guys? That was good. Okay, let's go. Guys, listen to me. First off, all right, I'm going to give you guys some really fucking good lines throughout this podcast because this will help you show intent. First and foremost, you guys, lower the bar. Remember, as I said, second tip here is high status free association. All right. The next big key tip here is to be more fucking bold, you guys. You gotta be bold, okay? You gotta be fucking bold, all right? Start speaking your mind, all right, you guys? Listen to me. I fully own the fact that I am technically taking this from my own article called How to Flirt with Women Using Push-Pull. So, as I say, guys, I am a blogger. Check my articles in the show notes because I always put them there for a reason. I have my really good shit in there and I love writing. It's my passion. Now, so, as I said, high status free association, lower the bar, be more bold. More importantly, you guys, start speaking your mind. All right, let's fucking go. Before I give you some lines that I want you to use, all right? Before I give you some lines that I'm going to have you implement, is really want you to just focus on your nonverbal cues, okay? Your nonverbal cues matter, okay? So, just kind of look at yourself in the mirror, right? And just kind of be slightly self-obsessed. Slightly self-obsessed. Because a lot of you, I notice you kind of write me, okay? You like to write me. And you say, Adam, I heard your episode called Get a Strong Frame Fast in These 2 Simple Steps. And you're like, dude, that's so fucking overboard. Well, guess what, you guys? I am a bit overboard when I tend to flirt with girls. But I'm going to tell you guys something. I only get like that when they try to question my sexy self-love. Because when they question my sexy self-love, they know at that point that I am so fucking self-amused and self-obsessed that they can't question my sexy self-love. All right, guys, what's the point behind that? What's the point behind that? All right? The point behind this, you guys, is I want you to start focusing on your sexy eye contact. Your sexy eye contact. All right? Now, before we get into the content of the lines I want you to use, most importantly, I want you to be self-entertained. Okay? Be self-entertained, use the right eye contact, and show sexy self-love. Again, sexy self-love is the right way to show intent. So, let's get to the lines now. Ooh, I love this one here, you guys. I love this one. Okay, I actually had this line on my really old podcast called Turning Shit Tests into Sexually Charged Conversations, and I'm going to give you this one right now, okay? When she says, is that your pickup line? This is your new line that I want you to steal from me, okay? Steal my lines, you guys. All right, so she says, is that your pickup line? You say, you caught me. But even though you caught the magical spell I placed on you, I think it's time we need to find you another man now. Guys, notice what I did there. That right there is a push-pull statement. So, I'll say that one more time. You caught me. But even though you caught the magical spell that I placed on you, that's the pull, right? Because you're admitting to it. I think it's time that we need to find you another man now. That's a push. Okay? Pull into the push. And push into the pull. Let's go. Guys, I want you to get good at banter. Get good at banter. Now, this part here, you guys, I've used this with a few girls. You have to practice. So, let's see if I can pull this off. All right? Gotta be unpredictable, right? Why did to be so cute but so much like trouble? Those bad girl eyes with a good girl face. It's honestly super confusing to me. Like, I consider myself a smart motherfucker, but putting together those bad girl eyes with an innocent face like that is absurd. You know what else is absurd? Mangoes. They can be delicious but sometimes disgusting. Like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Speaking of girlfriends, that's something that you'll never be of mine. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that as I want you as my friend. I want you as my friend. I want you as my friend. Guys, that right there is a lot of push-pull. Alright, so let's keep moving forward. Fuck. Brothers. I kind of started out with some advanced stuff, so I'm going to dial it down now. Alright, listen to me. If she ever says you're crazy after that sequence, right? If she ever says that you're crazy after that sequence, I simply just want you to say this. Nah. I'm honestly just out of your league because I got so much game than you. You definitely seem fun though. maybe we can be friends. Now, listen to me, brothers. I know that seems extremely cocky, which I know to a lot of you, it definitely does. But to be clear with you, brothers, if you know how to have fun and you're not like, how do I put it? As long as you're not just being extremely negative behind it, I don't really see this as a bad thing. So what I'm saying to you is this, you guys, even though this does seem cocky to a lot of you, just understand that the way I flirt with girls, I am a bit cocky in my game. So if you don't like the cockiness, then take a different approach, all right? Take a different approach. But the whole point, you guys, is this. Girls love sexy self-love, okay? They love sexy self-love. So if you have a hard time wrapping your head around this, then here's what I suggest you do. I suggest you look in the mirror, and I suggest you just develop a good relationship with you. Develop a good relationship with you. And do me this one simple favor, okay? Just go back to your journal and write down your values, okay? I gave you this task, right? I gave you this task if you bought my not my hardcover book, my very first book called Become the Alpha Woman Want. I give all my readers tasks to do, and that task is to write down your fucking values. All right. Now, another important tip to show intent is to be fun and lighthearted. Be fun and lighthearted. Now, some of you guys really don't know how to be fun and lighthearted. So how do you be fun and lighthearted? Well, here's what you do, you guys. Did you notice how, like, the way I'm delivering these lines to you, right? Some of you might think, oh, I'm cocky, but guys, the whole point behind it is I'm having fun. So even though some of you think I'm coming across as really cocky, I'm having fun, okay? So understand this, you guys. The right way to show intent does involve just a little bit of a healthy ego, like not too much, okay, guys? As I'm saying, don't go too overboard. Like some of you like to write me and say, oh, that one episode. I don't give a fuck, you guys. I just don't. So listen to me. Go into interactions and don't give a fuck about what people think about you, okay? It's that simple. Now, let's keep moving forward. Remember, you guys, that one rule I told you, lower the bar on what you think is acceptable and not acceptable to say. All right? That's really fucking important when it comes to basically showing intent. Now, I gave you that banter sequence. I gave you that push-pull sequence on when she asks you, is that your pickup line? And I also told you that you should definitely, like, put her in the friend zone if she tries to basically test you after that whole banter sequence, right? Guys, remember, you gotta friend zone girls, okay? You gotta friend zone girls. It's really important that you friend zone girls. Now, my biggest tip here to show intent is your eye contact. It's your eye contact. Right there. Like, guys, check this out. As long as you have no ulterior motives, then you're going to show intent the right way. Because you go into interactions and you don't have an agenda. Zero agenda. Because listen to me, you guys. A lot of times when it comes to banter or flirting or push-pull, some of you have that agenda where you just want that number. But what does that do, you guys? That puts you in an outcome-dependent mindset, as I talked about on that podcast with the Chiseler James, right? That was a good one, you guys. Now, let's keep moving forward. A few more lines I want to give you guys. A few more lines that I want to give you. Let's say, for example, I'm flirting with a girl, right? And she says, you're such an asshole, Adam. I bet you flirt with all the girls. And now, obviously, so I'll say this to her, right? I'll say this to her when she says, you're such an asshole. I bet you flirt with all the girls. I'll say this right back to her. I'll say, how did you know? Shit, you caught me. But honestly, it doesn't matter. Anyways, even though you're kind of cute, I confess you're really not my type. That was a lot, guys. I talked kind of fast, so I'll say that one more time. Let's say she says to you, you're such an asshole. I bet you flirt with all the girls. Say this, you guys. Say this. How did you know? Shit, you caught me. But honestly, it doesn't matter anyways. Even though you're kind of cute, I confess you're really not my type. Damn. Guys, take note on that one. All right, but I'm going to tell you right now. As I said, these lines are on my article, How to Flirt with Women Using Push-Pull. Boom. Love that shit. I love that. So, this next one here is playful extremes. Again, showing intent. Now, listen to me. Gotta really watch this here, because assholes can be commanding, all right? Again, I want you to be commanding, yes, you guys, but the whole point is nice guys are afraid to do this. They are, okay? But I'm going to really make mental note of this. So, nice guys are afraid of playful extremes. Assholes are not afraid of playful extremes. They can be commanding. They can tell people what to do, basically, right? So, here's an example of this. I just talked to a girl, right? Let's say I'm talking to someone cute. Let's say her name is Jessica, okay? I just picked one. Let's go with it, guys. Did Adam just totally name drop someone that he's talking to? Yeah, I did. Now, let's say, like, hey, Jessica, watch your mouth when you talk to me like that. Do you know who you're talking to? I say that one more time, you guys. Hey, Jessica, watch your mouth. Do you know who you're talking to? And I say that loud and commanding. So, I want to ask you guys a question. Why do you think this triggers push-pull? Why? Okay, I'll tell you. This shows a dichotomy of personalities, okay? That dichotomy of personalities, simply put, is this, you guys. On one end, she's thinking, I want him, okay? I want him. And being a challenge and throwing her mixed signals, all right? And then all of a sudden you start saying something loud and commanding like this. Hey, Jessica! That dichotomy of personalities in her face, guys, listen to me, that skyrockets tension. Okay, that skyrockets tension. So, listen to me right now. I want you to really write this down. Okay, just really write this down. When you are more commanding, you show intent. Okay, I want to say that one more time. When you are more commanding, you show intent. But, as I said, listen to me right now. Okay? The right way you use playful extremes is you have to basically not have malicious vibes behind it. Okay? Instead, have like a sexy vibe behind it. So as I said, you guys, I want to say that one more time. Hey, watch your mouth. Don't talk to me like that, little girl. Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? Notice my bedroom voice, you guys. My bedroom voice. Now, that whole point here is I want you to remember that right now. Okay, just remember that. When you show intent the right way, in essence, you are getting them to feel that tension, okay? So, guys, listen to me. You need to trigger some type of tension when you flirt with girls. That is the right way to communicate clarity of intent. That is the end of my podcast for today. I love you.